Hello everyone, welcome to another race with the Everyday Zwifter. Today I'm doing the ZHQ FutureWorks Crit City race with anti-sandbagging turned on in the downtown Dolphin direction. Got 25 people on the start line and off we go. Got myself a front row posse, make sure I hit some watts at the start and make sure we get in that front group. Always on the lookout to save energy, and if you can start at the front and not have to chase on, it's the best way. Eased off pretty quickly today. 0.2k and already just down to about 200 watts for me, which is about 3 watt a kilo. Looks like most people have made the front group, maybe one or two, looks like on the mini-map, who haven't quite got there. Don't know anyone in the race today, all new riders to me, so it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Rocking some new shades today, the level 26 freebies that you get. First time up the cobble climb, want to do 4 watt a kilo minimum. Looks like everyone's riding fairly steadily, just a couple waffling off the front. Nothing to be too concerned about. And then B White shoots past, he must be going for prime time. And he's got it, he's got the fastest time up. I must have eased off a little bit and it's really stretching out, so I'm just going to up the watts a little bit, make sure I don't get dropped or caught in a split. Here we go, moving in the right direction now. I am riding the Canyon Aeroade frame again and the Zip 808 wheels. Gone for the Zip 808s because they are faster downhill and that's what the finish is on this course. Plus they're great on the flats, it's just the short cobble climb where you have to try a little bit harder. And that's the first lap. And the first power up we get is the burrito. Not a big fan of the burrito, so I'm just gonna drop it now and try and maintain my spot in the group. So I've dropped the power down to 2.5 watt a kilo, just slipping down the back a bit. So to crank it up again and join back on. No real dramas though. Just to lap it a bit in, heart rate's still going quite well, keeping under 160. If you watch from the start, you notice that the heart rate at the start was about 114 or something, I think. And you watch it climb rather steadily as the watts increase, until it hits about 150, 154, and then it's sitting at about that mark, so that's good. Second time off the cobble climb might change that though. Starting from the back this time, just putting down a few extra watts. Again, the bunch is staying fairly closely together. Just moving up a little bit. Not many people going off the front, so not too big a concern. Just keep the watts up a little bit longer so we're closer to the front this time. It's always a real stretch point you see on the mini-map. along the line of riders. Someone's dropping off the back. And as we go down these roller hills, which is a bit up and down, but more down. And look at that, there's a couple of people being called out for sandbagging. Whether they have or not, we don't know, but something has flagged that, so they'll be penalised and handicapped and drop back. So I've all bunched up again now down at the bottom of the hill, as I was saying. It all comes back together for another lap. Had a fairly quiet week on the bike this week past, as I've had a few other things to do. Just had a bit of a warm up the night before, just to see how the legs are going and get them turning again. So pretty fresh, and so far feeling pretty good. So a bit optimistic about the race, and I'm not dangling off the back like I was when I raced Cadman cycling in that race, so managing to get towards the front or in the middle of the pack regularly, so that's a good sign. Got the steamroller power up this time, so that's going to be used on the cobble climb because it's good for making cobbles smooth and removes their rolling resistance. Has no effect on tarmac because that's the smoothest surface you can get. Just increase the watts a little bit before we get there and roll to the front, and with the steamroller and a few extra watts. Hitting the mid fives, just push to the front. Try and increase the pain, no, try and increase the effort of the other riders. The brown beards, he's got no trouble at all. He's rocking the 454 wheels, so he's a bit of extra climbing ability. I've got the 808s this time for flat road and downhill speed. So I'm quite happy to get a steamroller or a feather to help me up those cobble climbs. Now those sandbaggers have been dropped back. We didn't string out anywhere near as much that time. The group's a lot more compact. So I'm glad I'm in the front and I can just coast down at 2.5, 3 watt a kilo. Do some recovery. 3 laps in, the heart rate's still in the mid 160, so that's pretty good. A few people scurrying to get back on. I'm taking it a bit too easy now, I think. The front's starting to get away, so just up the watts a little bit just to make sure I'm in a good spot. They're sitting at the back. We have a front group of 16, which is, what, 2/3 of the field just about, so it's a good size still. Got the steamroller again, so we're going to try the same tactic. Just pop it on the cobble climb and push a bit harder. That was the intention of dropping people per se, just to make it harder and see if we can put some extra work into other people's legs. I'm still feeling good. Heart rate's only marginally more than it was, 162 now, so that's good. Able to get to the front of the pack on 3 and a bit kilowatts, 3 and a bit watts, and speed up a bit more if we get to the climb. I'm getting a bit excited, hitting 6.2, 6.6 watt a kilo. Brownbeard's right there with me though. So feeling good, and looks like we've pulled a bit of a gap on the riders behind, only a couple at 0, many more at 1 second, and there's a little gap forming. We've got about 5 riders now, and I'm kind of wondering whether we're going to form, what do you call, a blob, and might have a chance of getting away. We've got 9 meters on the group behind. But here comes one. Here comes two. And as we go down the rollers across the finishing line, everyone actually does come back one by one and they straggle in, follow each other's draft. But us front five, we've managed to, roll down at a 3 kilo effort, where the others have had to push hard, so that's all the better for us. Now it's the 5th lap out of 6, and I've got the aero power up. I've got a decision to make. And it is, should I use it this lap or save it for the last lap for the finish? So of course I'm going to save it as long as I can and only use it if I really need to stay with that front group. So I've got no assistance up the cobble climb this time, but I think I've got the legs for it. I'm still feeling reasonably strong. Just starting from the back of the pack, take a bit of a run up as we get toward the cobble climb, so I can push towards the front, have a bit of momentum going in. Seems to be my new strategy for hitting hills. Not going crazy this time, just maxing out at 5 kilo instead of 6.6. Just try and keep it steady. Get back in the pack this time. Not sit back this far. Make sure we don't get dropped, that would be a disaster. There we go. All settling back in now. I look like I've managed to save my aero, and that's going to make for a good finish if I can keep it toward this finish on the last lap. It's a bit strung out, but there's no danger of any gaps, so I can just coast down. These 808 wheels do seem to go down this hill pretty well. I'm just going down at less than 3 kilo and still getting toward the front. It looks like everyone else is, well, quite a few else doing something similar. So the heart rate's got up close to 170 across the top there, but because it's been so easy coming down, it's already down to the mid 160s. We're still under 3 kilo. No one's really keen to make a move and we're spread out across the track 8 wide or something. Oh dear. Everyone is really catching their breath. Good for me though, heart rate's still dropping. Alright, we're moving a bit faster now. Going to push hard on the cobble climb again this time. I think the last time everyone usually goes nuts. They're going to make every effort to stay towards the front, because I think last time I raced this I let too many gaps go and then I had trouble really reaching the front of the race again. So here we go. Good start. 5.8 kilowatt, 5.8 watt per second. Not too many feathers. No steamrollers. Tight group though. Bit of an effort just to stay at the front. Here we go, brown beard's right there again. go, a few riders pushing on a bit now. Just make sure I keep up with them, right on their wheels. We're all spread out across the track again though, so no one's really going for it. I'm feeling like I want to go faster and hit the front, and I don't really want to hit the front, but I've got the aero and I feel like I just want to go, so I pop it and it's hammer time. Flat out, it's downhill, so you've got that gravity assistance and no one's responding. There's no other red numbers coming up. I'm getting a gap flying around the hairpin. Now they're responding, red numbers are coming now, but it's too late. I've got 20 meters on them. Able to roll in at 3 watt a kilo. So thank you one and all. Definitely got the heart rate up there, up to 183, which is the max for me. And as I catch my breath at the end of this race, I'm just sitting and watching and unable to scroll the results or anything. It was a hard race, but the result was there. Got the result I wanted. 3.3 watt a kilo is up there for me as the top power. So the legs are back in this race, which is nice. It wasn't the fastest time. We've gone under 17 minutes before. So 3.3 watt a kilo in 17 minutes is yeah, acceptable. You'd want to go 3.5 or so to move up a category. So yeah, there we go. I was very happy with that race. Felt really good, really strong, and it showed in the result, thankfully. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something and stay at the front, keep those gaps small, and go hard up the cobble climb if you can. Seems, well, it worked that time, but maybe the bigger hitters weren't in the race. Try again with Cadman cycling. He's a good yardstick for me. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.